I know we said we weren't going to have a drink today,
Can't turn down a good drink though.
but this is a special one.
Tell me what we've got here.
Well, I mean, we got sent it the other day in the office. It is called the Wreck Preservation Ale from James Squire, and essentially, it's a beer that's been brewed with the yeast from 220-year-old alcohol.
What?
The oldest bottled alcohol ever recorded in the world.
Crazy.
Just nuts. And
How did they get their hands on that?
well, this is one of 5,000 bottles that they've made using that yeast, but the yeast came from the shipwreck of a ship called the Sydney Cove, which left Calcutta in 1776 for Australia with like 30,000 bottles of alcohol on board. 30,000 litres of alcohol on board. But it sank off the coast of Tasmania at a place called, let's have a look here, Preservation Island, it says. And of the shipwreck, only 17 men survived, but they had to trek from the Bass Strait all the way back to Sydney. 17 of them, to tell them that what had happened and to survive, essentially. Like, this is well before this is the first fleet and all that. You know, Captain Cook had only just arrived. But only 3 of them made it back to Sydney. Out of the 17 that survived, only 3 made it back. And
This is
I think
the
it was-
result.
Yeah, this is the result of, in 1977, I think it was, amateur divers found the wreck. And they found all this preserved alcohol that was obviously in these very, very, very cold, like ocean temperatures, glass bottled alcohol. And they said, shit, like this is obviously an awesome find. It was in a museum for like the last 2 or 3 decades. And then some guy at some museum, like Wine Research Institute or whatever, said, I'm gonna make a beer out of it.
Damn.
So that's what we have. They've obviously done this with James Squire. It's called the Wreck Preservation Ale. Let's have a look.
That's the damn thing. You know what it reminds me of? There's those stories of the old monk brews from back in Belgium.
Yeah.
Damn, that's super cool.
Cool, hey. So it's like almost like a wine bottle.
Gotta treat it like a wine bottle. So how many are there of these?
5,000.
5,000. So we've got one of 5,000.
And they've given us like a map as well. It shows like the journey that the guys who were shipwrecked took, which is pretty sick.
So this is brewed like the style that they found?
So they found bottled alcohol.
Yeah.
And it says that they brewed it. Here, I'll read it out. Crafted with yeast resurrected from a 220-year-old bottle of beer on board the Sydney Cove shipwreck, which ran aground Preservation Island in 1797. As a tribute to the survivors of the wreck and the rum cargo on board the ship, this imperial porter has been partly aged in rum barrels and carefully blended to add an extra fathom of depth.
That's crazy. So you're literally drinking 200-year-old grog.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome, isn't it?
Take your next hangover.
So these things are worth a fair bit of cash. I think, well, if they're not worth a heap now, they will be worth a lot, obviously. I saw one on eBay before going for $500.
Crazy.
But we may as well open it and have a little taste, eh?
Yeah. It's also quite a strong brew, 7% alcohol, so this will definitely get you well smashed.
Toast you on
It's
Tuesday.
essential knowledge for a Tuesday morning, but yeah, that's how it looks. I can easily see that sliding in like a nice little wine rack.
Oh man.
Dan, are you ready to get wrecked on the wreck? Come on.
Being belligerent. There we go.
Word.
There you go. Alright.
Give it a sniff.
How does it smell?
Old.
Apparently, like the tasting notes like stormy and
Yeasty and
yeasty
hectic.
and
Oh,
nice.
look at that.
fuck.
I mean, well, we got to drink the whole thing, don't we?
Cheers, fellas.
Good boys.
How much does this cost?
Saw one on eBay before for $500. And there's only 5,000 made, so it'll go up in value of the ones that are kept, for sure.
$500 for a bottle of beer.
I mean, I think when they first were being sold, they were like $100, $200. But now that you can't buy anymore, they're all been sold out.
Yeah, they're going to end up in a lot of collectors' cabinets for sure.
I mean,
It's a beer.
Ooh, it's got a fair bit of like.
it's nice, but tastes like like a dark ale, really.
You're a dark ale man.
I am.
Yeah.
So what's your verdict on the, apart from it just tasting like a dark ale? What notes are you getting? Dark and stormy, the usual?
I mean, it's nice, but Moo Brew make one that's,
What
just order a
But that's not. You wouldn't order this at the bar. Like,
No, I know, but it's like, I like drink. It's sort of a similar style taste to a White Rabbit Dark Ale.
Yeah.
Which is quite drinkable. It's not. It's not a heavy porter.
Yeah, this is pretty hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty drinkable.
Well, that only took 200 years to find out, but it's a great little brew.
Ringer! Wait, Ringer's coming in.
Come out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ed Ringwood, take a seat.
Ringer, take a seat.
James Squire the Wreck. I've heard a lot about this. Oh, good. What a way to start the day.
One of these in you and you're
Thoughts?
laughing.
It's nice.
It's actually not
I
bad.
really like that.
7%.
Cool.
That was actually quite scrummy.
It's actually, I actually really quite enjoy it.
Yeah, it's yum.